Hi guys, so in this video I wanted to just cover on some more VHS tapes that I grew up with, and I wanted to sort of focus on the Batman franchise of the late 80s and early 90s. So in this video I'm going to be covering 6 VHS tapes. Touching on those Batman films that I grew up with, and I'm probably sure most of you did as well. So I'm going to get straight into it, talking about the first movie from 89, directed by Tim Burton, and that is Batman. Now, I've got this VHS of it here. This was not the VHS I grew up with. I did have a recording of it off TV when it was on BBC One in the early 90s, and yeah, I don't actually ever remember seeing this film for the first time. I've got no memory of it, seeing it whatsoever. It's just always been in my mind. I can never ever remember the first time I saw it. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I've probably seen this film close to about 250 times. I'm really not exaggerating when I say that. I love this film. I never ever get bored of watching it at all. I had the pleasure of seeing this back to back with Batman Returns at the cinema a few years ago, about a year before COVID hit, and I had an absolute blast watching it on the big screen for the first time. Just absolutely superb experience. So yeah, just looking at the cover, pretty bog standard, trying not to get too much glare on it. Very plain and simple. Just absolutely love it. Look at the spine as well. And at the back as well. If you want to read the blurb, just pause it there. But yeah, I love the pictures at the back. I just love how simple this cover just looks. It's just absolutely great. A look at the tape inside as well. Probably last time I watched this, I didn't rewind it. But yeah, I just absolutely takes me back. This just absolutely love watching the VHSs growing up. So yeah, that is the first Tim Burton Batman movie. So next, I'm just covering the live action films first before I get into the 2 animated ones. So I'm not doing these in order of release. I'm doing the four live action ones and then the 2 animated ones. So the next one we got from Tim Burton was Batman Returns, and this again, great looking cover. Just absolutely love it. This isn't the cover I actually I associate with this film. I'll get into that a bit later on when I look at the next one, and you'll see what I mean. But again, this was another film I grew up with on a VHS taped off the television, not this actual legit version. But yeah, fairly solid follow-up, I think, to Batman. I absolutely love Returns. It took the step in the right direction for me from the first film. I'll absolutely love Danny DeVito as the Penguin and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Just think they're absolutely great. It's got this great sort of foil text here. I'm not sure how well it's coming across in the camera, but it looks absolutely stellar in person. Trying not to get too much glare on these because they're an absolute bastard for that. They just absolutely reflect so horribly. But I'll look at the spine as well. Again, trying to show it without getting too much glare. And I'll look at the back. Get the blurb there for you. Yeah, just over 2 hours as well. Just a great follow-up in my opinion. Obviously I've rewound this one, but yeah, just can't beat the nostalgia of the tapes in my opinion. Just absolutely great. So the next live action film we got was Batman Forever. this VHS, probably at some point everyone sort of owned this film, one way or another. It's a great looking cover. This film to me is very much a guilty pleasure. I adore this film, even for its faults. I don't really like the scene where Two-Face is flipping the coin for him to get the answer that he wants. Two-Face wouldn't do that. It's just pretty much out of character. But I never really noticed that as a kid. As a kid, you never really sort of understand what a bad movie is. You just sort of... Well, as a kid, for me anyway, I was just sort of like, I like that movie or I don't like that movie. I could never really pick out what makes a film bad or what makes a film good. But yeah, that was just the kid in me. But yeah, I love the soundtrack to this as well. The U2 Hold Me, Kill Me, Kiss Me, Thrill Me song, fantastic. And Kiss My Rose by Seal, I think that song's near damn perfect. It's just fantastic. But yeah, this was on a loop in my house growing up as a kid. I just absolutely loved Batman Forever. And I look at the spine as well. And the back. No blurb to this one at all whatsoever. Just literally a list of the cast and crew. But yeah, coming in at just under 2 hours. And a look at the tape as well. I love that sticker. That sticker just looks awesome. You remember those little price stickers as well? Stuck on. Oh my god. I love the trailers on this as well. It had like Ace Ventura and A Little Princess. Just dig those. And do you remember those sort of those ratings certificates as well? With the countdown? Oh god. Yeah, just pure nostalgia. Now, speaking of nostalgia and the Batman Returns cover, there's a bit of an advert slip on the inside of this. Right, so who remembers these? I had the majority of these growing up. The only one I didn't have was the Robin. I absolutely love the animated series. It's my favourite TV show of all time. And I collected most of these VHSs. Sadly, I no longer have them as I gave them away since the DVDs came out. But the majority of these I just absolutely loved. Now, this Batman Returns cover here, this is the one that I associate with that film. I just think that's such a better cover than the one we got. Mask of the Phantasm, I'm going to show that off in a minute. But yeah, that is just pure nostalgia for me. That. So I'm going to quickly get that back in. And there we go. So the next one is the one that pretty much everyone hates. And that is Batman and Robin. I got this for Christmas, and again, this movie was on a loop in my house. I absolutely loved it as a kid. It was like my favourite film, and of course, no idea of the concept of a bad film, and it just went over my head, and I just loved watching it on a surface level. The style of the film I thought was absolutely brilliant. As an adult now, my god, this movie's a train wreck. But yeah, it is what it is. It looks good, I'll give it that. But yeah, it was one I just really, really loved to rewatch as a kid. As now, yeah, it's flawed, it's silly, it's horrendous. And I kind of love it for that. It entertains the hell out of me still, for those reasons. Probably my favourite line in the whole film is, "I hope Mr. Bane can swim." That one just really stuck with me. But yeah, I quote that one all the time. But yeah, Batman and Robin. Can't say much more than that. We've all seen it. We all know how horrendous it is. So yeah, those are the 4 live action ones we got from Burton and Schumacher. So The next one I've got is the first animated movie, which came out in 1993. It's my all-time favourite film of 1993. And that is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I absolutely love and adore this film. It is just such a great companion piece to the animated series as well. It gives us that origin story about Batman, and it introduces a new villain in the Phantasm as well. It is just absolutely superb. It gives Batman and both Batman and Bruce Wayne so much character as well. It is just absolutely superb. The cover to this is just absolutely iconic. I just absolutely love it so much. Just how dark it is. There's a look at the spine as well. And the back. Just absolutely brilliant looking film. Never ever knew that it was Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, doing the voice of the Joker up until I read the back of this. I was like, Mark Hamill's in it? Who does he play? And then my mind was just blown when I found out who it was. So yeah, if you want to read the black, just pause the video now. But yeah, it's my favourite Batman movie of all time, this. Yes, I do think it's better than The Dark Knight. I just absolutely adore it in every way, shape or form. It's my favourite Batman movie of all time. Just absolutely love it. So, the next and final one I've got is the sort of follow-up to that film. It's not as good. I don't know if many people have heard of it or have seen it. But it's Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero. Yeah, this was mainly a tale focusing more on the Mr. Freeze character, because I think he was just popular at the time after Batman and Robin. This is so much better than Batman and Robin, but not as good as Mask of the Phantasm. The storyline to this is basically Mr. Freeze's wife is, of course, obviously ill, and to basically sort of cure her and bring her back to life, Mr. Freeze pretty much kidnaps Barbara Gordon, and as Barbara Gordon has this rare blood type, which is the same as Mr. Freeze's wife, he has to sort of operate her on her, but it will kill Barbara Gordon to save his wife. So Batman sort of like has to intervene. It's an okay storyline. It's got some plot holes to it. It does get a bit. It doesn't get silly, but it just gets a bit far fetched. It sort of incorporated a bit more CGI into the animated series as well, which I wasn't a big fan of. I just really love the drawing on the black paper. But yeah, again, it's not a bad movie. It comes in at roughly about an hour long. It's totally worth a watch though. It can be entertaining. There's a look at the cover as well, and the spine, and the back as well. If you want to read the blurbs on the back, just pause the video now. But yeah, I think it's a fairly solid animated movie and a solid follow-up, but it's not as good. But yeah, those are my Batman V8. That's my Batman VHS collection. Yeah, just absolutely love these, even despite the flawed ones. I'm probably never going to get rid of these. I just absolutely love them. I've got all of these movies on Blu-ray now as well. I've got the 4 live-action ones on Steelbook, and I've got the 2 animated ones that came in the Blu-ray set with the animated series. Favourite TV show of all time. Just absolutely love that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little look at the VHS collection of Batman. So yeah, I'm going to be back soon, hopefully, with my top 20 favourite films from 2008. Surprisingly good year. Lots of good gems in that one. Just keep a lookout for that. And if you've enjoyed the channel, if you've enjoyed the video, please think about hitting the subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Did you have any of these? Does it bring back a lot of nostalgia for you? Because I really hope. Well, that's my goal in what I'm doing with these videos. Just yeah, bringing a lot of memories back for people. So yeah, I'll leave it there and just say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Thanks again.